project's going to start down here on West Carroll Street.
West Carroll Street.
This is the first segment, West Carroll up to Michigan Avenue here.
Michigan Avenue. Okay.
Yep. This, we're going to mill 2 inches of blacktop off the surface, okay, of the pavement, all the way to Michigan, and we're going to repave it with 2 inches. So we're basically freshening up the pavement surface, making it smooth again, and then we're going to paint it as a 3-lane instead of what it is now, which is 4 lanes. So it'll be a lane each direction and a 2-way left turn lane in the middle. Okay, that's actually a safety feature here. It gets people who are trying to make left turns out of the traffic flow. We have had some rear-end accidents here along this segment from people stopping in the left lane, wanting to make that turn. We've had some side swipes. People, see somebody stopped in front of them, try and jerk to the right, and somebody's there, So this should eliminate accidents and make this stretch safer. Okay. The bridge is next. What we're going to do here is just mill the concrete down 2 inches on the bridge and replace it. Over time, the salt chlorides build up in the bridge, and eventually, if they're allowed to remain in there, they start eating away the steel bars in the bridge. So it's just normal maintenance cycle of a bridge. About 20 years, you mill off the concrete and put new concrete over it. Now, the third piece is from Michigan, which is right here, all the way to 63.
There's 63. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want to talk? You want to start here, 63?
Sure. What I'll say is first is that the need for this project to be fixed, obviously, is the pavement. Okay, that's what's driving a project here is the pavement shop. So we need to replace this pavement. At the same time, we need to fix some things out here that are a little more than just replacing pavement. Things that we just can't leave in place. Standards have changed over the years. So nothing's changing at the 63 intersection. Railroad Street, we're proposing to add signals here. Okay, that's one of our possible solutions, the brightest solution at this time. Okay. From Railroad Street to the bridge, or to Dino Drive, this is going from 4 lanes to 5. So we'll be adding a 2-way left turn lane in the middle. So we're pushing out a little bit on each side. Okay, and we're also adding sidewalk on this side of the street here. We have sidewalk on this side already, but we'll be replacing that. So the new road will have sidewalk both sides. Okay. There's a median here we're proposing. With putting in some signals here, we understand that there is high use here, but we're going to push people beyond that, beyond this access. We know that there's access here, access here, access here, and access here that all come here. Okay, we're going to have a big problem at this intersection right here if we don't prevent people making left turns here. Okay, people will be able to go right in, right out. Same here, right in, right out.
Oh, for both of these?
Yep.
Here, this is more of the marketplace, and this is the Walgreens side.
Yep.
Right in, right out, right in, right out.
Yep.
Okay.
And Walgreens has access here. They'll have right in, right out here. Marketplace has access here, here. They have access here, and they have access here on Wheeler Street.
Okay.
The B intersection.
The intersection, yeah, that's complicated.
We have to move the intersection to meet 27 more perpendicularly. So we have to take this throat and kind of move it over to here. This intersection angle is not allowable under Fed standards. It's too sharp. We do have accident problem in this area.
Can you see, why is that a problem? You say it's too sharp. Why is that a problem? What problem does that present?
Well, when you pull up, okay, to this intersection, if you look your line of sight, you're trying to look back over your shoulder, to see if anybody's coming, to see if somebody hasn't stopped for their red light. You're checking, you can't look very well.
Okay.
That's why we like our roads to meet 27 more perpendicularly, at least the higher volume roads, okay? So we need to bend this. Also, the federal standard requires us to not leave this intersection in place. I believe it has an intersection angle of 60 degrees, which is way too sharp. Standards don't allow that. Okay. Now, this First Street access is over here. How do we get that over here? Well, there's a gas station away or an old property. At this point in time, we've been told that this access only is very low volume. Obviously, at this meeting we've heard from these folks. So we're gonna look at what we can do here to accommodate their needs, as well as move 27 more perpendicularly. This was just a preliminary drawing to generate the discussion.
There was some talk tonight about buying this property and making this road straighter. But
That's an expensive. Yeah,
that's a very expensive option.
Yeah, that's a very expensive option. I'm not sure. Maybe if we partnered with the city, that way it would be more of a doable thing, you know? Because it is their city street that's being affected. It would be nice to see if we couldn't find maybe some solutions in that direction.
Okay, so what else is going on here?
This here is being closed off. You have an access here, and then you're going to have an access close here. These closely spaced accesses lead to safety problems.
Okay, so
with crashes.
this whole street here
Yep.
is basically going to be closed. There's no access on that.
Right.
Okay. That's a public street, right? Or
Yep.
Second Street. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and we have to make a truck accommodation. You know, a truck is going to have to be able to make that turn. The trucks do some of this now, but that's really not what we need to provide, what we're required to provide for trucks. I mean, we're not sending them off on city streets to use city streets to get through town.
Okay.
They're supposed to be on our highways or county highways to, make that turn. So, the B intersection, also the existing signals are shot. They're old and they're cobbled together.
So what's this rate? What's going on here?
That's where the trail currently crosses. We will just eliminate that and we'll make the trail cross at the signal lights if the intersection is moved here. Is it possible we could shift this way or shift it this way, or is it possible we could wiggle this street in here? This is still a big question. We just threw some preliminary concepts on here to generate some discussion. So we don't know exactly how this will look.
Okay. Oh, so this is the pedestrian bike path.
Yep.
Oh, you might need it.
Yep.